The 291 FS is the latest and largest addition to the popular and versatile family sportsman lineup. First, let's check out a few of its top features. The 291 FS shares several features with the 263 FS, including the excellent handling and ride characteristics provided by the unique stepped hull found on many Key West boats. What makes our stepped hull design unique is that our step is not there to help with speed alone, but rather to dramatically improve on-plane times and limit bow rise on acceleration. Anyone who is throttled up on a similar boat has experienced the temporary loss of sight over the bow on these bigger boats, as the bow rises before falling over on plane. This is not only bothersome, but can also be dangerous. The step on the 291 FS acts much like a fulcrum, helping the hull to rotate over and come down quickly so the captain doesn't lose sight of the horizon. Another bonus with this fulcrum effect is that the reduced on-plane time improves visibility and fuel economy overall. These Key West boats' stepped hulls have some of the quickest on-plane times, as tested by Yamaha application engineers. The next feature that any owner will find impressive is the Seakeeper Ride System. We've had automated taps for a few years now, but the Ride System by Seakeeper provides AI-driven turbocharge-activated tabs that respond and adjust all but instantaneously dozens of times per second, as needed to hold the boat at a steady altitude while running through waves or even wake action. It minimizes the pitching and bouncing, so much of it gives the impression of the boat actually running on a set of rails under the water. Even seasoned boat captains can appreciate this automated system, and if not needed for any reason, a simple button turns it off. And maybe most important are the safety features built into every Key West boat. The 291 FS is outside of the USCG regulations for flotation, which means that most boats from other builders in this class and size have no flotation at all, or minimal flotation designed to simply keep the boat on top of the water. The 291 FS, like all Key West boats, features full upright and level flotation, the highest standard in the industry to keep your family safe and in the boat in case of an accident. Now, let's take a look at the 291 FS from bow to stern. Starting in the bow, we have the standard windlass installed in a recessed area designed for this purpose. This windlass box is cast into the deck itself, which leaves no seams to leak into the bilge. With the anchor pulpit deploying through the front of the hull, this sealed windlass box allows water to easily flow out if it comes in, and the downward slope allows gravity to help the anchor fall effortlessly out when deployed. This design helps the captain to deploy the anchor with no help from other passengers. The anchor chain and rode are housed out of sight in a dedicated storage box under the windlass. Moving back, we find the beautiful and comfortable forward seating with wraparound backrests. These seats are spacious enough to accommodate large adults, and the bolsters that run the full length of the cockpit double as backrests for the passengers that prefer to face inward rather than forward. With the popular bow filler option, you can have a complete lounge deck up front or a casting deck for the fishing days. Lift the base of these seats to find convenient storage areas, which can double as an additional fish box for those really productive days. Speaking of fish boxes, under the floor we have a huge, well-insulated and macerated fish box. And as we look around the front deck, you'll notice the convenient drink holders and rod holders spread throughout. In fact, the 291 FS comes with an incredible 22 cup holders and an additional 22 total rod holders. Very handy when you need to clear the lines to land the big one, or to clear the deck to simply go cruising. Moving out of the bow just a bit, we find the comfortable lounge seat on the front of the console, and under it is a handy insulated cooler, or storage if you prefer. Each seat folds up independently to allow access from either side. Off to the sides of the console seat, we have my favorite stand-up fishing spot. The back of the wraparound forward-facing seat backrests can double as a comfortable spot to lean into while fighting that big fish. And it's only a couple of feet from the boat captain, which makes communication easy between the angler and the one at the controls during the excitement. Notice the recessed handrail running down both sides, perfect to hold on to while moving about the boat, and neatly tucked out of the way. The console in the 291 FS is the largest in the fleet. The increased height, width, and length dramatically improve access to storage and creature comforts. This extra space can be used for an optional built-in toilet with a marina pump out, portable toilet, or simply left open for a huge storage compartment. The rear wall of the console is used to mount much of the intricate wiring for the instruments. The curtain makes these components easy to access for upkeep or customization to fit your needs. And then on the remaining three sides, you have a liner with a freshwater sink molded in. Standing at the helm, you'll find a tremendous amount of room for 19-inch twin screens, or almost any arrangement of gauges you like. Power assist steering is standard. Combined with a tilt helm, operating the boat is easier than ever. Add options like joystick control, autopilot, or radar, and fine-tune the handling to fit your every need. A stereo with 8 speakers and amplifier is standard, and you have the option of upgrades here as well. The leaning post featured here is the mezzanine option. With this option, you get the nice independent high-back captain chairs. And facing rear, there's a pair of comfortable independent bucket seats for passengers. These seats fold up separate from each other for easy access to the built-in insulated storage. There's really no need for a carry-on cooler with this arrangement. Fold the backrests down to access the spacious tackle storage compartment in the leaning post. With extensive rod storage, rod holders, twin bait wells, multiple fish boxes, and huge built-in coolers, this family-friendly and comfortable party boat can easily do double duty as a serious fishing boat when the time comes. Another popular leaning post is the Convenience Center option, which features a slide-out removable cooler that doubles as a rear-facing seat and will open up the cockpit a bit with its smaller footprint. This feature and other options can be found on the website. Along both side walls of the boat, you will find convenient rod storage recessed out of the way and long enough to simply hang the longest offshore rods without need for tedious rod tubes. At the floor, there are recessed water channels to clear the floor of water, but they serve the dual purpose of tow grips for those times when you reach over the gunnel to land a fish or simply to grab the dock. Notice as well that the standard raw water washdown outlet and the freshwater washdown outlets are located at the ends of the portside rod holder inset. Like the other family Sportsman models, the 291FS features the familiar rear bench seat. The wraparound corners give it a luxurious look as well as a comfortable feel. In the middle of the seat, we have a lift-up door and a fold-down door. Remove the under-seat storage bucket to access the beautifully lined and appointed bilge. Notice twin live well pumps and twin bilge pumps with auto float switches, all easily reached for service when necessary. Flanking the bilge access, we have 2 storage compartments for whatever the day calls for, or you can just stow the bumpers and dock lines. In the rear corners, you'll find the convenient yet out-of-the-way twin live wells. These are covered with transparent access panels for easy viewing of the bait and feature a light blue interior for a calming effect. Each well has a dedicated pump for reliability. Both of these wells have a retaining ring up top to hold a 30-gallon trash bag if you'd like to make that use of them. Cleanup is as easy as lifting the bag. Not every day is about bait and fishing, after all. And by popular request, we have cockpit access doors on both sides. The built-in entry ladder on the port side is complemented by a beach anchor stowed under the starboard side door. With the popularity of sandbar and beach activities, the beach anchor seemed a great addition. Plus, rafting up is now even easier with a convenient walkthrough provided by the twin doors. We found that most passengers on this model will enter the boat via a dock, so the door opening is designed around the height of the average dock above the water. This design allows for the easiest entry onto the boat for all passengers. There are so many more impressive details and features on the 291FS, but this walkthrough hits the highlights. Visit a Key West Boats dealer near you to see it.